It's interesting. I'm posting our annual sister social, sweet sister social cut. Hey beauties, welcome back to my Sister's Keeper YouTube channel where we have another great episode for you today. So today we're going to be talking about love. It's February, so of course everybody's talking about love. But I'm going to be talking about a different kind of love, and that love is self-love, self-compassion, self-care. Those are our themes for 2020, just so you know. That's what we're going to be hitting on with us this year. Really honing in on how am I loving myself? How am I being compassionate to myself? How am I caring for me? And it's so funny because, when we talk about love and all these other things, a lot of people are automatically like, oh, we want to be booed up with somebody. And we're hosting, woohoo, our annual Sweet Sisters Social. Oh yeah, and it's going to be a pamper party. So as I was inviting different people, one person said to me, I don't know if I want to be with a bunch of chicks. I want to be booed up. Yeah, but we really do need to evaluate needs versus wants, right? So a lot of times we need a man or we need whatever partner because of a wound that's inside of us or because we just don't love ourselves enough. So we want somebody else to tell us, you're great, you're wonderful, validate us because maybe we didn't experience it in our childhood. Maybe we didn't experience it as an adult. Whatever our issues are. But we really want to get to a place where I want a partner in a relationship that's fulfilling and loving versus I need it in order for me to feel loved. Does that make sense? And that's a journey that I've been on myself about self-love and self-compassion and self-care, because as women also, we are givers. And of course, some men are watching this and there are men who are givers because it's just a part of your personality. But you give and you give and you give, but you don't take care of you and you don't love on you. And so that's what we're going to be talking about all month. That's self-love, self-care, self-compassion. So I'm going to kick it out the box with self-compassion. A big one that a lot of people, especially those of us with the personality where we're perfectionists or where we're highly critical, especially of ourselves, that we are not compassionate with ourselves. And I wanted you to think about it like this as I was doing research on self-compassion because I myself have an issue with it and I'm learning. So we're, like I told you guys, we're in this together, right? So as I was doing my research on self-compassion, one of the things that it talks about is being kind to yourself. And a lot of times we are not kind to ourselves. Think about how we treat our friends, right? Would you tell your friend, oh, you're an idiot, or you're dumb, or you're fat, or you're, why did you do that? What were you thinking? We don't speak to our friends in a harsh manner, but we'll do it to ourselves. How many times have you done something and be like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Oh my God, that was so dumb. What a dumb decision I made. How many times, when we're dealing with our own bodies and we're like, oh my God, I'm so fat. Or when somebody tries to compliment us and we won't even receive the compliment. Yeah, that's a whole journey that I'm on with a couple of my friends where I'm like, accept the compliment. It's okay. Be compassionate with you. Don't talk to yourself the way that if you wouldn't talk to your friend like that, stop talking to yourself like that. So daily, try to talk more kindly to yourself. Start to silence that inner critic. That's the next thing when we're talking about self-compassion is that inner critic, that narrative that keeps going on in your head that tells you that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not doing enough. Like I'm just not enough, right? And so we criticize ourselves, and when we make those mistakes and we make errors in judgment and we do not let it go. We don't let it go. We wallow in it. Want to know how I know? Yeah, I'm a part of the club. I might even be the president. I just went through a situation where I had made a decision and I was just beating myself up for that decision. And I just, all week, like I just start to get into this funk. And I'm sure many of you guys can really relate to that, where you just start to sink in, and that's what started to happen to me. I just started to sink in until I really just started to be okay with listen. And I had to say it out loud. Kiara, Kiki, you made a mistake. We've got to move on from it. Was it a smart move? No, but we made a mistake. Why did we make that mistake? Because of X, Y, and Z. Now we learn and we're going to grow. So you've got to have even a growth mindset within yourself so that you can silence that inner critic. And then with that self-compassion, you've got to, as I've already stated, let go and forgive yourself. You've got to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. Own it. And I think sometimes that's what happens is like we won't own the issue. We won't just say, hey, I messed up. I made a mistake. You know what? I wasn't right about that. It was not the best move for me. Once we start to just say that out loud, it even takes away the power of that inner critic, that narrative in your mind that's telling you that you're not enough, that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that, whatever your mama said. A lot of us have narratives. We have those inner critics in our head, and they're our mothers. They're our fathers. They're our teacher. They're our sister. It's somebody else other than us that keeps telling us these things, and we don't get over it. So I want you to practice self-compassion. I'm practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. If you wouldn't say that to your best friend who you love, you wouldn't say that to your mama, your dad, whoever that you love with all your heart, soul, and mind, don't say it to yourself, because you should love yourself that much. Silence that inner critic. You've got to get rid of that narrative that's talking to you and that critic that keeps telling you, oh, this, and that. And accept the mistake, forgive yourself, move on. Stop wallowing. This is as we're in 2020 and we're moving forward into a new decade, you should have let regrets go. Past mistakes go. And if you are in a relationship where someone keeps bringing up the same mistakes to you, you might need to let that go as well. Think about it. I'm not telling you to do it, but I invite you to consider to get rid of negativity and those things that are in your life that keep making you feel worthless and won't allow you to be compassionate with yourself, won't allow you to love on yourself, and won't allow you to care for yourself. So that's all I have for you today. We are on this journey together, and I'm so glad that you want to be a part of it. Listen, comment below. Tell me how you're practicing your own self-compassion. I will definitely respond. I love to hear from you guys. And also, if there's something that you want to specifically talk about, of how do you love yourself? How do you care for yourself? I'm going to be talking about some of those things. I'm going to have some great, awesome people on this month. My friend Izdy's going to be on. Hey, Izdy! And she's going to be talking about some body issues that we need to work on. I have my beautiful, beautiful little sister who has great hair care product line. Let me talk about how to take care of that hair. Yes. Oh, did you guys see? Rocking my natural today. Oh yeah. And one of her products that I use on my hair, you see how defined these curls are? All about the KT Beauty. So she'll be coming up and talking to you guys about that. So again, hit that notification bell. You do not want to miss an episode this month. And if you want to be part of the Sweet Sister Social, go ahead, register at Eventbrite. That link's going to be below as well. Love you guys so much. But more importantly, love on you this month. Did I say much? Love on you this much and this month. Later.